Hey, Pastor, doesn't science disprove the Bible?
Isn't Genesis just a fairy tale?
Is God for real? Did he really create everything in 6 literal days?
Didn't God just use the Big Bang?
Why is there death and suffering? Do you really believe the Bible?
Didn't man evolve from apes?
For answers to these questions and more, stand by for Believing the Bible.
Welcome to Believing the Bible. This is Scott Lane with Terry Reed, Dr. Daniel Harris, and our producer, Ed Salzadell, all directors at the San Antonio Bible-Based Science Association. We are here to reassure you can believe the Bible from the very first verse. Amen. We have some special guests today, people who've been involved in creation ministry for more than 36 years. And that's the founders of the Alpha Omega Institute, located today in Grand Junction, Colorado. That's Dave Nutting and Mary Jo Nutting. Dave has interesting background as a mathematics teacher as well as a geologist. He holds degrees in both, as well as master's degrees in both. Mary Jo has a degree in biology with an emphasis in science, and also got a master's degree basically through the Institute of Creation Research when both of them trained there many years ago in biology. They run a ministry which is somewhat like the old Outward Bound idea. They put you into nature and show you God. And we thank y'all for all that you do. Good morning, guys.
Well, good morning. Thanks for having us on.
Good morning.
We do more than Outdoors Bound, though.
I have, and I've witnessed that since been on a couple of camps with y'all. Y'all were founded in 1984, is that correct?
That was officially, yes.
Of course, you were in ministry before that.
Well, for a few years, we started teaching on the creation versus evolution controversy, then began the Alpha Omega Institute in 1984. And I was teaching at that time at a state university, so I was doing that part-time for a while, although every weekend I'd be out speaking, doing seminars, and coming back in the classroom just in the nick of time to be able to teach classes, I guess. What we were doing, that's the early years of Alpha Omega Institute. And then in 1984, we founded AOI as a nonprofit organization.
If I remember correctly, Duane Gish's book, found at a half-price bookstore, The Fossils Say No, played some role in y'all's change in attitude.
Yeah, that was actually not a half-price bookstore. It was just a little secondhand store up in Alaska where we were teaching at the time. And I was shopping in there. I found this book, Evolution, The Fossils Say No, by Dr. Duane Gish. I bought it for 5 cents, Scott.
5 cents?
5-cent book, and it just turned our lives around. We read it. We thought the fossils were the best evidence of evolution. And after we read that book, we went, whoa, either this author is crazy or he knows something we don't know. We better start doing some thinking about this and some study. So we began to research it for ourselves. You know, not just what you learn in the textbooks, but to actually look at the data.
After we looked at the data, you might say we began to evolve from evolution.
Oh, I hate that, but go for it, yeah. That not only started y'all on the track to creation ministry, it also, I believe, started a mentorship between y'all and Dr. Duane Gish, did it not?
Yeah, it wasn't an official mentorship, but, you know, when we were out at ICR, we got to be good friends with him. He used to always tell us, tell him about my book. Tell him about my book. He loved that story about how we came into an understanding of creation. You know, we didn't switch immediately. It took some time, but it didn't take millions of years for us to change.
Well, you were talking about that. If you want to write an article sometime on y'all's conversion and creationists, a great title would be 5 Cents That Changed Our Lives.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Okay, I'm writing that down. Okay.
Use it. I've stolen so much stuff from y'all. I have a presentation I do called The Defaithing of America. Defaithing is not a word except when I have heard y'all use it.
Okay.
Right. We have enjoyed over the years being able to come to different organizations like your Creation Bible Science Association there in San Antonio and others around the country, and that has been a real blessing to get to meet people like you. So, yeah, we do a camp ministry, and I know you've been there. We also do tours, like tours, just finished one up here last month on the Yellowstone National Park. So we've been doing tours of Yellowstone from a creationist perspective, and these are wonderful tours. We do other tours as well, different camps. We've done whitewater rafting camps.
I wanted to note on your website, and that's one of the 2 or 3 main things I wanted to get out about your ministry. Y'all are a get out into nature and show them God ministry, and in them, on your website, you have listed an AOI Creation Family Camp in both Nebraska and Colorado. You have the Discover Creation opportunity in Costa Rica, Creation Action Adventures such as the Rock River Adventure, and the Yellowstone Creation Christian Tour that you just described. Those are unique in the creation field because very often what you get is just a talking head who shows up.
Yeah, these are quite extensive. They're very good tours. They're absolutely amazing. The evaluation sheets that we get when we give them to the people are virtually all positive. Okay?
Yeah.
Love them.
Sadly, we had to cancel those 2 family camps in Nebraska and Colorado because of COVID, but hopefully next year we'll be able to do them again.
Yeah, they're on the docket for next year now, and I'm not sure if our web guy has changed the dates on those yet, but I'm not sure they got them set yet. So that's one in Nebraska. It's going to be one in Colorado, which is near Grand Junction. And then the Yellowstone tours, again, will be next year. Probably have 2 different ones back-to-back for Yellowstone. Going to start thinking about that if they would like to go. Our Costa Rica tours, we've been doing those for several years. Right now, the country of Costa Rica is very hard to even get into. The university, where we do a lot of speaking and ministering to the university and the churches, right now we can't even go there. And they're not even sure they're going to be able to open prior to the 1st of March this coming year. And so everything is basically on hold until we see what's going on with the COVID. Yellowstone, we still did that, and we did the social distancing as much as we could possibly do.
One thing you may be entertained by, my wife and I took a trip out to Yellowstone 2 years ago, and she really enjoyed the trip until midway through the trip. The whole time we were in the caldera, we were in the crater of a huge volcano, at which point she wanted to leave the area. But
well, this year we had some challenges. We had forest fires going on and road closures, and, a lot of stuff was closed because of COVID, but the group really enjoyed it anyway. We were able to operate using vehicles instead of the bus, and we had to make a lot of changes, but it was a good tour nevertheless. Costa Rica tour, we just finished the Costa Rica tour in March when the COVID stuff hit. We ended up having to cancel 2 weeks of live speaking down there.
Right after the tour, we were scheduled really tightly for the 2 weeks, and in the morning after the tour, people were, our advisors, our ministry contact people, it was all systems go. That was at 10 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we get a call from our main coordinator there. He says, Dave, all things have changed. The government just shut down all the universities, and churches are following suit. You better get out of here quick.
Good thing is we've been able to do online training. We're in the middle of a class right now with a group of about 12, maybe a few more.
We have 16 total, but some of them are not specifically on the Zoom call with us.
So we're doing creation action training for people in Costa Rica who want to learn how to teach creation. So we're real excited about that. We've got a group that understands English well enough that we can teach in English and get their feedback. And our goal is, of course, for them to be able to take it and put it in Spanish and see it go far and wide down there.
Yeah, what you're talking about is what we've experienced.
The churches all wanting that information, even the public schools. And so we have that opportunity. We want to train a whole good nucleus of people, and hopefully many of those will train others as well. And that's been part of our philosophy as an organization, is to work alongside of other groups. And that's maybe why we haven't built our organization into a great big organization. We tend to be a smaller organization, and that's fine with us. And as the Lord chooses to expand, that's great as well.
You are listening to Believing the Bible. This is Scott Lane with Terry Reed, Dr. Daniel Harris, and our producer, Ed Salzadell. If you would like to learn more, go to sabsa.org. That is sabbsa.org. Today we're talking with Dave and Mary Jo Nuttings, the founders of the Alpha Omega Institute in Colorado. On top of the tours and camps that y'all offer, which as I said are unique, y'all also do speaking all across the country. I would basically say y'all go anywhere invited. And one of the things that has always been unique about your ministry is that y'all are affordable. You'll come to on a love offering or whatever else like that. Both y'all and Creation Ministries International operate that way, which for a lot of people who would like to get creation teaching into their area, good creation teaching like you offer, is rather unique. A lot of people would like to have Ken Ham come to them, and he will, but it costs $5,000 to $6,000, and y'all bring it a much more affordable price.
Yeah, we do not like to go charge a whole bunch, and our philosophy has always been if people can't afford to even pay expenses, if they can't afford to have you, we don't let finances really get in the way of ministering. And that's been our philosophy.
You have a staff of speakers. Let's see. Are Lanny and Marilyn Johnson still with y'all?
They are all with us. Lanny and Marilyn Johnson still do children's ministry, a lot of vacation Bible schools, even family ministry as well. Once in a while, Lanny will speak at a university. We have Richard Stepanek who speaks all over as well. Two of our youngest members, Scott Bowser, has been teaching a lot of worldview, a lot of creation, even getting into some public school classes been doing. And Brian has been heading up our university outreach since we found that building and purchased that. Well, we in the bank own it right now, but it's 1.5 block from the Colorado Mesa University, which is a university of 11,000 students, and it's growing. Their goal is to get it up to 20,000. Of course, the COVID has kind of slowed things down there. But it's a great college ministry. We also do creation programs. We're Zooming, Facebook Live, doing the presentation, recording them so others can get involved with that as well across the world.
It is a great ministry, one that we're going to explore more in another show. Thank you. Information for creation events in our area are on our website's calendar page. For more information or to schedule a presentation, go to sabsa.org or call 210-599-7240. When you go to our website, you can click on a link to our newsletter. Our website has a link for contact information on which you can order our newsletter to be emailed to you, or you can call us. Also go to whyshouldyoubelieve.com. That is Terry's website containing articles looking at current day issues from a biblical perspective. SABSA meets the second Tuesday of each month at 7 p.m. We are now meeting at Faith Lutheran Church just south of the corner of Jones Maltzberger and Thousand Oaks. There you will find biblical apologetics and creation science teaching found nowhere else in Bexar County, as well as the availability of books and videos on these important subjects. If you miss any part of this show, you can listen to the show anytime by going to the AM 630 KSLR, the Word in South Texas website. Click on KSLR Podcast, scroll down until you find Believing the Bible. Please join us again next Saturday for Believing the Bible. I'm Scott Lane, and for Terry Reed, Dr. Carl Williams, and Ed Salzwell, thanks for listening, and we hope you found today a reason to believe the Bible.